D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this video, and you can read them for yourself, or you can just watch this video, or I'm going to break them all down for you. Before I get started, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we just keep getting shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. All right, so now that we got that business out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started on these 3 stories. So for my first story this week, right, you guys. So it looks like Josh Brolin is being offered the role of Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern, in the Green Lantern series that's coming up on HBO Max. Now, I did see some people online saying that they didn't like this choice, that they thought he was too old. But according to certain scoopers or whatnot, this is the reason they're having him be older is because they're going to have him mentor John Stewart, who is a younger Green Lantern. So I think that what this is like, because it's supposed to be like a detective show. It's supposed to be like True Detective, which I don't know about you guys, but I like True Detective. So, well, not all the seasons. Season 2 was weird, but whatever. But he is going to a mentor to John Stewart. The way that the story goes is, from what I've understood online, is that there's a murder on Earth, because it's all taking place on Earth. And these 2 Green Lanterns come to investigate, which, I mean, I have to be honest with you. If this is True Detective, but with Green Lanterns, I'm down with the sickness. Like, no joke. Okay, so Josh Brolin, I saw some people online saying that he was too old for this, and I don't think so. I think especially if he's doing like a mentor thing with John Stewart. So he's being offered the role. Now, it is said that if he turns down the role, he's all like, no, I don't want to do it. Then Chris Pine and then Timothy Olyphant are in the running. Like, it goes Josh Brolin, Chris Pine, Timothy Olyphant. And I did see some people complaining about Chris Pine being offered the role as Hal Jordan, because they're like, oh, he played Steve Trevor in Wonder Woman. But I'm all like, you guys, we have to like get rid of all the other movies from the past. Chris Pine is no longer Steve Trevor in the DCU because we're starting over. Kinda. I don't know. It's weird, but I personally am not against other actors coming in and playing different roles, because I am an adult and and when I see Chris Pine, I don't see Steve Trevor every time I see Chris Pine. Okay. So he's an actor, so get over it. Okay. So here's the article. And this is from TV Line. I'm not going to read you the article and everything. I'm just going to keep going over some stuff with you and everything. Now, how do we feel about this? I personally, again, am okay with it. I know some people might not be okay with it because it's Hal Jordan and they might want to see just John Stewart, but I think this is great. Now, I understand that people don't want an older Hal Jordan, but I think this is a good idea because I believe James Gunn said this, that he wasn't going to do origin stories, because we all know the origin stories. And if you're a huge Green Lantern fan, and some people might not be, but if you're a Green Lantern fan, you already know the story of Hal Jordan. He gets the ring because what's his face lands on Earth and dies, and then he gets the ring and becomes a Green Lantern. You know, ipso facto. Maybe they could do a flashback or whatnot. That's fine. Just a little mini one, like a 5-minute flashback. I'm fine with that. I'm not quite sure how this fits in with the Justice League. I'm thinking, so I saw some people, saying maybe Hal Jordan at the end becomes the villain. Now, there was a Green Lantern animated movie where Hal Jordan is, in that movie, but the main character is John Stewart. And then at the end of that movie, Hal Jordan is the villain. He's the bad guy. Now, I have to be honest with you. I liked that movie, the first 2 acts. The third act, I felt like it fell apart. I was just like, I'm not interested in this movie anymore. But I do think that this is and I do not like the idea of Hal Jordan becoming a villain. I just don't like it. But I think that what's going to happen is, I don't think that the Hal Jordan, I think that John Stewart will be the member of the Justice League going forward. which again, I'm totally fine with that. I grew up with the animated Justice League show, and I'm totally fine with that. But at the same time, Hal Jordan is my favorite Green Lantern, personally. I do wonder how this will fit in if they do pick Hal Jordan and Josh Brolin to be the Justice League Green Lantern, how this will fit in with David Cornsweat's Superman, because he's, much younger. And then if they add Robert Pattinson, I hope they don't. I don't like that Batman, but whatever. Then he's also younger looking. So we'll see how that works out. I also am wondering who the villain will be. Hal Jordan's villain is Sinestro, which I think Sinestro might be fun. I'm cool with whatever they choose and everything. My biggest fear, though, with this show is Damon Lindelof. Now, they have Chris Mundy. Now, Chris Mundy comes from, and I did a video on this, and I'll leave it in the iCard section, but Chris Mundy, he comes from Ozark. And I loved Ozark. I loved all 4 seasons of Ozark. I thought it was great. I hope they bring it back and everything. I thought it was really, really good. Damon Lindelof, though, not so much. I liked his, and I said this before, I'll just real quick. I liked his Leftovers, the Leftovers show, but his Watchmen show was pure dog shit, yo. If you liked that show, I don't know what to tell you. It was just a big mess, in my opinion. He obviously did not understand or respect the source material, and it just shows you that he didn't. Either one. He didn't know it, or he just didn't care. But I think so far, I think this is a good step forward. Like I said, I like Josh Brolin. I'm fine with him with an older Hal Jordan, especially since he's going to be a mentor to Jon Stewart. And it'll just be interesting. It'll also be interesting to see if they add in any other Green Lanterns to the mix. Because, Guy Gardner is in the Superman movie. So it'll just be interesting to see where they go from here. All right, you guys. So that was my first story of the week. So for my second story of the week. All right, you guys. So it looks like Alison Brie is going to be Evil-Lyn in the Masters of the Universe movie. Now, I want to just say right now, I love Alison Brie. I think she's hot. I think she's a good actress. And I think, like, if you ever watch the show Glow, I think that what was that on Netflix? That was good. I mean, it was really, really good. I think that picking her to be in this is a good idea. I just think she's just fantastic. But one problem that I do have, and let me pull up the article here from Deadline, my favorite. That's not the best, but she looks like Kristen Wiig in that picture right there on this Deadline article. So, and I can't remember if they say it in here or whatnot, but she's playing Evil-Lyn. And if you know who Evil-Lyn is in Masters of the Universe, other words, He-Man, she's like his sorceress. She's a Skeletor's sorceress. She's like, she does magic and everything. One thing that I do kind of am hesitant over with this, because I love Alison Brie. Like I said, she's looking very hot in here with those titties out and everything. But if you watch Kevin Smith's Masters of the Universe, what was that called? Was it just Masters of the Universe? I can't remember. It sucked. It was bad. And Evil-Lyn becomes the head honcho, the big bad guy. She gets the power, the power of Graveskull, and it was just bad. It's just bad. All the way around, bad writing. It was just, the animation was pretty good, but it was, the bad writing was just terrible. And with this movie, I'm a little hesitant. I'm a little scared with it because I've seen online rumors that it's not going to take place on Eternia. Like, it's going to, like, Prince Adam is going to be like, they're going to be on Eternia for the first like 5 minutes, and then he's going to get zapped to another world, and it takes place on that world, and then he comes back to Eternia. And I'm all like, that's not He-Man. But Alison Brie, I think that she'll bring a good like evilness to it, if you will. And I like Alison Brie. I think she's very talented. I'll see this movie, but I mean, I don't know. We'll see. It all comes down to the writing. And if they try to push this, female bad guy, whatever thing like they do in that Masters of the Universe cartoon on Netflix, it's just going to be dog shit. All right, you guys. So that was my second story of the week. So for my third and final story this week. All right, you guys. So Todd Stashwick has joined the cast of Vision Quest for Disney Plus. Now, if you guys remember, and I've done this before, I've talked about this before. Let me pull up this article. So Todd Stashwick, if you remember, he was in Picard season 3, which I thought he was very good. I really liked him a lot. In fact, I liked his character the most. I thought, a lot of people wanted to say like his captain was, kind of a dick, Liam Shaw, but I liked his captain. I didn't think he was a dick at all. I thought he was just straightforward. He told you what was doing, and that was the case. So he has joined Vision Quest, and they haven't said who's his character is and everything. And he joins Terry Metalis, who did season 3 of Picard, which season 3 of Picard, if you're a Star Trek fan and you didn't like it, you're weird, because it was good. Now, granted, just because he hit a home run once doesn't mean he can hit it again. But every time I talk to people about that 12 Monkeys show that he did, everybody has good things to say about that 12 Monkeys show. Now, what do I think about this? I personally, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I have not liked any of the Disney Plus Marvel shows. I mean, I did like Hawkeye, except for the finale. And there are episodes of each show that I'm like, that wasn't a bad episode. But overall, none of the shows, in my opinion, have been that good. So Todd Stashwick, I like Todd Stashwick. I think he's very talented. I'm probably gonna watch this because I'm a glutton for punishment. But I think that getting somebody like this on your show is a good idea, and I just think this is a good idea in terms of casting wise. I just don't know if it's going to be a good show. Now, he also joins Paul Bettany, who is reprising his role as Vision in this. And then he also joins Spader, who is going to be voicing Ultron again, because he was Ultron in the Avengers movie. And we'll see how this turns out. But I just, I do like this casting. I just don't know about the show. All right, you guys. So those are my 3 stories this week. Tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? How do you feel about Josh Brolin being cast as Hal Jordan in the new Green Lantern series, or just called Lanterns? Are you excited for that? Do you think Josh Brolin's too old, or do you like this whole mentoring Jon Stewart aspect to it? Because I like that aspect to it. I think, if you watch True Detective, like they keep saying this is True Detective, but like in space or whatever, with Green Lanterns, which I'm all for that pitch. I love that pitch. I love it. But if you watch True Detective, there's usually two detectives in that show, and I think that this is I think this is a great idea. Josh Brolin's a good actor. If he doesn't take it, cool, whatever, it's fine. But I do like the 2 other options of Timothy Olyphant and Chris Pine, because I like both of those actors. And I am excited for this show. I'll tell you right now, out of all the stuff that was announced for DC, this show was what I was excited for the most. So I am excited to see this. I hope it turns out and everything, because I like True Detective and I like Green Lanterns. And we'll see how it turns out. My only hesitation is the writers. Also, tell me, how do you feel about Alison Brie joining the cast of Masters of the Universe as Evil-Lyn? Again, I think this is good casting, because Alison Brie is very good. And Evil-Lyn, I like Evil-Lyn. You know what I love? I love that Masters of the Universe movie. It's so cheese, but I just love it. And the Evil-Lyn actress, she talks about how horrible her costume was to wear, because it was like all metal. It was so heavy and everything. But she looked great in that movie. I fucking love that costume. I'm all like, listen, I understand it might have been comfortable, but you looked good, honey. And let's see where this goes. I like He-Man a lot, but I don't know if excited is the right word. I'm interested in seeing this movie. I just don't know how it's going to turn out. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully it turns out, good. But, don't hold your breath, because you know how these people are these days in Hollywood. And then finally, how do you feel about Todd Stashwick joining the cast of Vision Quest? I don't know if you're a fan of Terry Metalis. So far, I'm a fan of Terry Metalis. I think that he's done well so far in getting me to trust him, but we'll see how this turns out. I'm just not going to hold out hope, only because I just don't think these Marvel shows are that good. So, I can't sit here and be like, yeah, I'm excited for it, when they've really just let me personally down the whole time. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see how it turns out and see if this does any good or whatnot. But that's all I got for you guys this week. Tell me what you guys think about all of this. You can go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. You know, I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next week in review. You guys have a good week. Bye. Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my week in review.